51 of your book is.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, it's all good. I was just gonna say 51 of your book is what of my book? I don't know.
I know
What?
we're on to learn new. We're on the suggestions for becoming a spiritual being, and we're
Yeah.
on to learn new ways of relating to others. Examine your behavior towards those people in your life whom you feel you need to dominate or control, be it a spouse, children, coworker, employee, clerk, service, people, whoever. Take some time to relate to them differently by seeing beyond their physical form to the fullness of God in them. Okay. So, in order to become a more spiritual being, we're supposed to relate in a less controlling way to
Right.
people around us.
And this is, I think, related to the next one, which is to practice a life without focus on control.
Yeah. Why is
So,
controlling not spiritual?
Because you're not letting them let go, let God.
Whoa.
whoa,
I
that's
get
profound.
interesting. So, in a spiritual life, you want everyone to be able to like feel the universe flowing through them, not just you.
Yeah, and
Right.
if you're telling them what to do and how to do it all the time, then that's not letting them hear God tell them what to do or
Hmm.
how to do it.
Yeah, but God likes control.
Wait, how did God invented control?
I
God's
think
at the
God
top
did
of the
invent.
Ponzi scheme.
But what if somebody is consensually dominating somebody?
Conceptually dominate. Well, that happens a lot.
Is that
I mean,
spiritual? Can you dominate consensually and be spiritual?
Yeah, if it really is consensual, that you've really ethically talked about it to them and the other person, and you have an agreement, because then that's just playing, that's just like setting your own rules of how to play with each other.
Yeah, like in a spiritual life, this seems like there's this ebb and flow. It's like that flow thing where we like toss flow back and forth. And I feel like if a spiritual life is based on flow, it's like if you control someone else, you're like controlling their flow, right? Like they can't actually flow at back at you like of their own volition because you're like controlling them. Um, so
But you're not really controlling them so much as you are agreeing with a rule set that says how you will throw things to them and how they will throw things back to you, right?
hmm.
I don't know.
So to practice a life without a focus on control, attempt to help someone do something for themselves where previously you would have instructed them how to do it.
Oh yeah, I heard this thing before and it really spoke to me, so I try to do it in my life, is that you can't tell someone both what to do and how to do it. You can only tell them one of those two things, or else you're being a control controlling jerk.
you're
So
going to say a dick.
you can be like sweep the floor in whatever way you wish.
Well, you can be like sweep the floor, but you can't be like sweep the floor and you have to use that mop and you have to do 5 strokes to the left and then two to the right. And you have to, because otherwise you're just like a micromanager. You have to let people express themselves and figure out how to do the thing, because all you care about is that the floor is clean. You shouldn't care about exactly how they do it. Or you're trying to teach them, like, I know a way of cleaning floors, and that's by sweeping 4 times to the left and then twice to the right. Why don't you try that out and let me know if you think it works better for you or not? So you're telling them a technique, but you're
Yeah.
not at the same time, you know, making them do it.
Yeah. I often have done that with the kids where I'll say, look, this is the thing that has to be done. It could be sweeping the floor, which I never get anybody to do, but or any new idea, I'll say, this is how I do it. As long as it gets done, I don't care how you do it. But what works for me is this. And usually what works for me is the simplest thing. So I say, well, this is what works for me.
Interesting. Yeah, I feel like in spiritual living, like God or creation is in charge of all of us, right? Like we did this in the Course in Miracles yesterday. Like creation is riding along in the car with me or whatever. So
Yeah.
it's like if you are trying to control somebody, you're like trying to control creation. It's like let creation flow through them who has been created differently than you, and then let creation flow through you, and then the two of you can act out your roles how you would, and then that's creation at work or something.
Yeah. I mean, if in controlling that, what that means is that that person won't think without asking you what to do, and then that's going to bite you in the butt because they won't be able to burp without asking you if they can do it. And how should I do it? How should I burp? So the idea is to empower them to control their own stuff.
And then they can really belch. I mean, if you
Then
let
they can really belch, right? That's right.
they can belch the whole alphabet. That would be a mega manifestation of belching, of burping.
A belching marathon.
Your examples crack me up. Um, okay, so if we're trying to have a real magic in our lives, let's not control everything. So in manifestation, aren't you kind of controlling things?
I suppose. I mean, well, I don't know. It's a good question. Let's talk about trying to manifestate, manifest a boyfriend, manifestate, manifest a boyfriend. You know that you can say that I want to manifest a boyfriend, then um, control would be like they have to have really thin thumbs, and they I don't want any moles on the left side of their faces, and they have to be able to sleep on the left side, and that would be very controlling. But I want to manifest a boyfriend is not controlling, and I need somebody who does this, somebody that likes Dave Brubeck quartet. That I don't think that's controlling. But the next step would be micromanaging.
Well, I feel like it always comes. Go back. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, I think that you can't control how the universe makes the things happen. That I think that you can only kind of, point yourself in a direction and then you enable what you want to be the most likely outcome
Yeah,
because of the work that you're doing in that direction. So you're kind of like organizing your desires in the direction of what you want, and you're organizing your actions to create an environment where that's the most likely thing to happen. So I think that is the saying what you want to happen, but not how exactly it's going to.
right.
I feel like it always comes back to the serenity prayer. It's like God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change or the things I cannot control, and the courage to control the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. It's like I can control the vision I'm sending out, like I want a boyfriend or whatever. Um,
Hmm.
and then it's like then the universe gets to control its side of that manifestation. It's almost like this dance between my vision and the vision coming at me from creation, and it's like this dance of like I think a real it's really magic if you assume 50% control. Like being milk toast is not magical.
No.
Yeah, and the other 50% includes the creation of what the visions of the other people who are your potential boyfriends are creating. And if they're aligning to meeting you, and so maybe that's part of the 50% that you can't control.
Right. Yes, you can control what you want, but not what you get.
Ooh, that's a good
That is
one.
a good one.
Yeah, that's actually really good. Yeah, it's like be careful what you want, right? But
Yeah,
then also, yeah. Or like we talk about that a lot with the numbers thing. Is like we can control like that we make an episode every day, but then we can't control the numbers that of views or whatever, really, you know. Um, so there's a lot about releasing control and having a magical life, you know. You're supposed to give up your will to God's will, like all these kinds of things. Like being too willful is not magical, you know.
yeah. Let's work together to make it happen is one of the quotes I don't know where that quote is, but it's
He
instead
says
of saying, what would it take for you to prove that you can do this yourself? Say, let's work together to make it happen. So let's work together is really a way to relinquish control because you're giving somebody else control too.
interesting. It says
And
giving
then,
up the need to dominate is at the core of being a spiritual person. Replace the search for external power with genuine, authentic power, which is the ability to empower others to take control in their own lives.
Yeah, that's good.
yeah, that is.
You do really good at that one, Lumiere. You're always like empowering everyone else. You're like, anytime we try to give you power, you're like, no thanks, and you like give it to someone else. It's kind of cool.
Really?
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I think you're a spiritual being.
Do I fit all the? I'll have to read the spiritual, non-spiritual chapter again and see. You just had lip gloss like sitting there,
I just put my lipstick on camera. I'm going crazy this week. That was crazy.
right? Your light is blinking on and off sometimes.
Yeah, it does.
Lean back. Yeah.
I can't control it. See?
What is that blinking
I
on
don't
and
know. It just does that. It's in the computer.
It's the
the
way that the camera is auto
oh
like
yeah,
auto brightnessing, kind of the way auto focuses.
yeah, yeah. I don't get that. Mine's the same washed out thing all the time.
Okay, the next
Okay,
one to
Oh,
demonstrate.
it's white oh, go ahead anyway.
white
Sorry.
balance.
Okay, it says to demonstrate to yourself that you are not alone, picture yourself connected by invisible strings to everyone you encounter.
Oh yeah, I thought this was cool. This sounds cool. So when you're in this grocery checkout line, you pretend that you have threads connecting you to the person in front of you and the person behind you and the cashier and the bag person and yeah.
Oh, that's a lot of psychic chords going out there.
A
Yeah, that's
lot.
I don't know if I could do that.
Well, would you want to? Is my question. It's like, do you really want to make psychic chords with the bag person at the grocery store?
Well, I would if it would help me understand them.
Wait, psychic chords are a thing. Like psychics can literally see chords of attachment between people, can't they? And like when you're too attached to somebody emotionally or spiritually, you're supposed to have a psychic cord clearing. Like you have to have somebody clip all the cords of attachment between you and a person, basically.
Wow. A psychic does that?
Yes. You can actually YouTube it. Look up psychic cord clearing. You can YouTube. Like I clear my cords a lot from people when they're like we have to have a readjustment, of connection. Like I will clear cords a lot actually. Um but so okay, can I tell you about something that I invented? Well, I think I invented it, although they say there's no new idea, which is multi-cording, psychic multi-cording. Okay, so like some people get kind of codependent on like one person or a kid or just one other person, and they basically attach all their psychic cords to one person. Like you send out cords from different chakras. So like your heart chakra is connected to their heart chakra, and then your root chakra, which is your money, is connected to their heart chakra. Or like people get all kinds of cords of attachment going on, and it's like so there's all these cords. Well, because I'm a cord builder, like I get attached to like my shoe, you know what I mean? I get attached to everything. So what I've learned to do is do multi-cording where I attach to like 100 different things with psychic cords on purpose so that I don't become too attached with cords to one person. So like that's why I make lists of obsession. I'd be like, I'm obsessed with my black lipstick. I'm obsessed with my crochet hook. I'm obsessed with Jay-Z. I'm obsessed with Lumiere. I'm obsessed with Real Magic. I'm obsessed with my phone. Like I won't go on and on, but like I literally am attached to like hundreds of things by psychic cords, but I do this on purpose so that let's say Shane breaks up with me. Like everyone's like, "Oh, you're so lucky you have Shane." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not giving him too many psychic cords because then he could break me." You know what I mean? And so like I'll give him like he's training me to give him more psychic cords because like come on, we're in a partnership. But like if that man walks away, I have cords to like 1,000 other things, and I'll be standing there with cords everywhere.
Yeah, doesn't that prevent? Well, you have rings. I was just going to put this thing on and show you the ring. It's actually just a chain, but you have rings. So doesn't that isn't that a psychic cord? And if you don't, aren't you withholding psychic cords if you do that? And so my question is, are you completely giving yourself to that situation, relationship, whatever, if you're holding a psychic cord? I got this, but I'm not going to plug it in right now.
I don't think it's healthy to completely give yourself to one chaotic human. I know astrology, I know charts, I know transits. Like people are fucking crazy. Like I would rather cord to a building than a person, if I was being honest.
That is a great line.
I don't know that I mean this is a good one because in he says to demonstrate that you are not alone, send out
Yeah.
psychic cords. So like Jay-Z, like what do you think about this?
No, no, what were you gonna ask?
Just I mean like do you send out psychic cords? Do you let yourself get attached to things? Do you let and people and like how does that work for you?
Yeah, I also agree that it's safer to attach to many things because, like, people die. People go away. People move away. People, like, y yeah, and every one of us goes through like they say, the birth canal and the death canal alone. And you can be sleeping next to somebody and have this amazing dream and try to explain the dream to them, and they still don't understand because they weren't there. Like there is no one person who understands you completely and sees the same things that you see, etc. Like that I do agree, like it's healthier to have um different chords attaching you to different things. And I do agree, like maybe he forgot to say in his exercise, when you're done, detach the cords from the people because you can't have cords attached to everyone all the time. But because it does take some of your energy, right, to be attached with cords.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so I've been a psychic for a long time. Okay, so like I've been dealing with psychic cords for like 20 years. Okay, so I've done intricate restructures of chords. Like in my old marriage, like I had all my chords like on like the man, and then some of my chords to my child. But like the man was like drinking a lot and like doing all this crazy stuff. And I remember one day I had to extract this huge tube of cords from him, like cover up my heart chakra and siphon out cords to my daughter. Like I've done extreme surgeries on my psychic cords throughout the 20 years that I've been working with cords because it's about how you're thinking too. If I'm thinking I should give all my love to you and then you're like drinking and taking all my money, like this is not safe to pour out all those cords of attachment over there. Like you literally need to clip them, like it's like getting a haircut and then like give them to your child or like it's like a flow, give and take flow highway. It's kind of a thing.
Hmm.
Am I being too real? Am I being too literal?
No,
No, no, I got it.
so I probably around 20 years ago, also a friend lent me these audio tapes by this person called Carolyn Meese, maybe her name was. She was, I think, published on Hay House.
Hmm.
And what was the name of these things? It was like energy anatomy or something. And she specifically also talked about chords and that you have a finite number of them and you have to, like you have to go through a ritual if you need to of like detaching chords because they're all siphoning off some of your energy and you need to sever the cords between you and things that where it's siphoning off your energies in ways that are not helpful to you.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's extreme psychic hygiene. Like, I mean, and I get what he's saying about demonstrate that you're not alone by sending out psychic cords. And like, I love what he's saying. I do think attaching cords to things is super fun. Like my crochet hook and I've got cords wrapped around this thing. It's like ding, and I'm just like, oh my God. Like, look at this thing that came out of my freaking attachment.
That is so cool. Wait, that's a hat?
It's gonna be a hat. You want it?
Yes.
Ah, oh my God, it's for you then. Attach some psychic cords to this baby because
Oh, sweet.
it's gonna be
That is
long though
so
with the
cool.
pom pom.
I can't believe you're making hats now.
It's gonna have this on the
Whoa.
end.
Whoa,
That is kind of amazing.
Okay.
that is.
Um, but
I found Carolyn Meese.
Oh yeah, she's really cool. Is it called Energy Anatomy?
Answer the Call of Your Spirit is her website. I don't see
It
I
was a
don't see
series
books.
of
I
like,
just see workshops and stuff. God in Disguise.
well, this was like a series of 7 or 8 cassette tapes that I would play cassette tapes in my car when I was driving around. So that's how long
dude,
ago it was.
Hay House is so old school.
Yeah, totally, right?
There's a book called Esoteric Anatomy, The Body as Consciousness. And I don't know if they have psychic cords in here, but they have some weird, drawings of the aura and stuff like that.
That's cool.
But yeah. But Lumiere, like I feel like knowing you for a long time, and I don't mean to overly personalize this, but I have seen you attach a lot of cords to people who perhaps tangled them up and chewed on them. You know what I mean? Like it's like you got to be careful with your cords.
Yeah, they kind of be. Yeah, well, right. But I guess I wasn't thinking about chords. I was there for some other reason, or I got there some other way, and I wasn't thinking about chords. I wasn't thinking, here's the psychic chord I'm making with this person. Let's knit this psychic chord together. I wasn't thinking
Yeah.
We know what you were thinking with.
that.
Your
I
one psychic cord.
I want chord. Hi, I'd like come back to my place and have a psychic chord.
You got a fat
Um,
cord, baby.
um, no, well, yeah, not always. I wasn't always thinking of that.
Well, lovemaking is one catalyst to cord building. Like if
Is
you
it?
have, oh yeah, if you have sex with somebody, you grow all kinds of cords to them.
Well, yeah, that's good. That's what I needed to hear. But
Like in a petri dish, kind
I'll
of
be
go.
I'll be right back. Um,
Like a one night stand, like I'm just like, do you guys know what you're doing right now? You're growing cords all over each other. Careful. You're gonna
yeah,
have to detach those later.
that's right. Bring your scissors. I'll go out with you just tonight, but I'm going to bring some scissors. Is that okay? Psychic scissors. But
Uh, well, Lumiere, I hope you go forth only seeing things with psychic cords on them now. Like I just,
see how that goes. I'll try it.
yeah. But I do think just to demonstrate that you are not alone, thinking in chords is really magical. Like, for example, Lumiere, we are not in the same room, but I do have some psychic cords to you.
I have psychic cords to you.
I love you.
I love you too.
That
And I have
zebra,
for like forever.
same. That zebra full of like cord to that baby. That's me holding and hugging you.
Aw.
Aw. I feel like when you send things in the mail, it's like a cord bomb.
cord bomb. I'll have to send you guys cord bombs.
Yeah.
It's like the cord, you have the cord on your side tied to you, and then by sending it, it's extending it over to them.
God, I think we should do an episode on psychic cords, like where we study them and like look at like what do they look like? Like I just want to look. Can we see them? Is there what if we do psychic cord images? I can't do that on this computer, but I don't know if you guys can find some.
I don't. I don't know. It might fit in with uh, Dyer a little bit, but we would get really distracted from Dyer if we did that.
Are there pictures of
I
them?
mean, I'm looking now, but so two down, I guess. Well, this paragraph or section where he has to recognize how you've been taught to hate is really an interesting one for me. But the next one after that is put yourself in touch with the non-physical universe, with the concept of nothingness. And I feel like this ties in, right?
Yeah. How does that tie
Because
in?
you can't recognize or see a psychic cord unless you're in touch with the non-physical universe.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I think to some people these are physical because they can see them like with their eyes open. But for most of us this would be metaphysical or, beyond the physical.
Right. And I see when our where what are psychic cords and when do we cut them? And the effect of unhealthy psychic cords from blue soul earth, whatever that is. So, did you find pictures, Jay-Z?
No, mm-mm.
Hmm. I guess it's hard to get a picture of nothingness.
Yeah, except my bank account.
Well, okay, so he says for this one, he says the thoughts come out of the silent, empty space of your mind, from nothingness to a thought, from silence you suddenly make a noise. Effect with cause in purely physical sense. Give yourself time to be in touch with this phenomena of nothingness. I feel like that's meditation for you, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah, he's specifically talking about meditation. He's like, get up 30 minutes before everyone else and sit quietly by yourself,
Yeah,
which that only lets one person do it in a household. Because how do you get up before everybody else?
put them on different schedules. No, you can't get up yet. Go back to bed. I'm in nothingness. The concept of nothingness is great, and I love this idea. And I think you, Jay Z, meditate a lot, but I have never been able to like. I guess the idea is to clear your mind of everything, and
Well,
I've
that's not
not ever.
exactly the idea. No, nobody can clear their mind of everything. But what you can do is not hold on to the thoughts as they flow and let them flow through. But you can't not have thoughts because that's not how our brains work.
Right. So I'm not sure when I if how I would get to nothingness.
Well, the exercise that he says, and maybe this is coming up, and so I shouldn't say until we get there, but
I don't think we have to worry about spoiler
okay.
alert.
He says to sit there and then one by one with your senses, like let each go. So you sit there and you're like, all right, I don't like, smell anything. I don't see anything. I don't hear anything. And you just practice not registering anything that's coming through any of your senses. Or in guided meditations where they're like, let go of tension in your feet, let go of the tension in your ankles and calves, and now in your legs. Like, I think maybe guided meditations help you practice the feeling of letting go of first physical sensations and then like thoughts.
Nice.
That is nice. I don't know that I've ever been able to. I've been in guided meditations where um, I can let go of, I can relax and I can think, oh, my legs get heavy, and I can think all of that, but I can't let go of thoughts. My mind's on fire most of the time.
Mm. There's this thing called yoga nidra. Have you heard of it?
No.
You should search it up, and people have, put some stuff on YouTube as well. It's basically yoga nidra is like old school yogi guided meditation, and it's basically that, and it often starts with like physical body cues. You're supposed to do it lying down, but you're supposed to try to not fall asleep, but get to the borderland of wakefulness and sleep.
All right.
And
Sorry we
guided.
have to close down this episode. It's so fun sharpening
Oh,
the
wow.
saw with you too.
It's great. So
Yeah.
we should take up our non-physical universe next time. That's sort of where we stopped, right?
Yeah, totally. We got through 2 pages.
And then the next one is put yourself put yourself in touch with your non-physical self, which is sort of what Jay-Z was just talking about. So that'll be a good place to start.
All
But
right.
I don't know
Love
if I'm going
it.
to live long enough to finish this book.
It's not about finishing the book, it's about sharpening the saw one day at a time, which is just getting a little bit smarter one day at a time.
I'll do my best.
All right, you
All
guys.
right, I
That'll
love
be
you
great.
guys.
I
Love
love
you.
you too. Take care.
Bye.